Find a crew, find a job, keep flying.
Ladies, gentlemen, geeks of all ages, you are now entering BJ Shea's Geek Nation. Welcome.
Hey guys, Chris Walker here, Walk Like a Plan with BJ Shea's Geek Nation. Uncle Chris on BJ and Migs in the mornings. A few years ago, this game came out. Firefly the game. It's put out by Gale Force 9. They do some really good stuff. They did the Star Trek Ascendancy game, which I love so much. And when I bought it, I was really excited to play it. In fact, if you want to see that video, it's on the Geek Nation YouTube page, so you can go check that out too and see exactly how excited I was when it first came out. When it first came out, I took the game. I was so excited. I took the game and I wanted to play with everybody as quick as I could. But I don't remember who all was there. I remember Rev was there for sure, and I think it might have been BJ, but I don't remember specifically. It turned out we were playing the thing really wrong. It was so frustrating and so hard to get anything done. We kept dying. We kept losing all of our crew. It was a wreck. Just recently, with all the time we've got coming up for the holidays, I've been asked to revisit this game and maybe get a chance to actually play it properly for once. So what I've been doing is I've been playing against myself, just trying to get a real good solid handle on the game, trying to grok it, as they say. This one has a lot of moving pieces, a lot to keep track of, but at the end of the day, it is a really good game. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit about what I've been working on and how great this game is. So the first thing you're gonna notice is that this game is a gigantic table hog. So you can see I've got it really spread out here, and I can't even get everything in one shot. There's so much going on. Normally, if we were at a large table with a bunch of people sitting around it, this wouldn't be so bad because each of us would have our own tableau sort of in front of us. But just this much space right here, this is what one player needs to kind of occupy for their own space, just their own spot. You've got your ship, you've got your ship upgrades, crew, any kind of gear that you've got going on, and little slots for your cargo hold for putting cargo and passengers and fuel and things like that into. I'm using these chips for money because the game comes with this paper money. I'm not a big fan of paper money when it comes to board games, but you know, I've got this representative of everything else going on. So when you do these jobs, you get paid, and then you use that money to hopefully hire some more crew or possibly buy some more gear or some more upgrades for your ship. That's the basic idea of the game, and you do that by moving around the verse, okay? This is the verse over here. Well, I'm gonna take you over there and I'm gonna show you what this looks like. This is the verse. So what you have is all of the different planets you can go to, all the locations on the board, and then of course the different pieces. Each player gets themselves a Firefly, and then that corresponds to whatever color your ship happens to be. That's the Bonanza, the green Firefly. There's also the Alliance Cruiser, which can cause trouble. And then there's the Reaver Cutter, which can also cause trouble depending on when and how you run into them, what kind of situation you're at. And you move around the board, you move around the verse by drawing these cards, these two different decks. There's the Alliance Space deck and the Border Space deck, depending on which part of space you're moving in. These areas with the yellow borders, that's border space. The blue areas, that's Alliance space. So if you make a move through Alliance space, you flip one of these cards over and it might be something good or it might be something simple. Keep flying, nothing to it. Boom, no harm, no foul. If you move through border space, you flip one of these cards over, it might be something, oh, and we've got a challenge to overcome. And every challenge is gonna have two options for it depending on what you wanna try to do and what you've got on your crew. And that's really simple. Those are the basics of the game. You move around the board, you go to different places, and in different places you can shop or you can deal with people. Badger happens to be here on Persephone, and you can deal with him and get new jobs from him to get more money, or you can actually just go shopping at Persephone. And the shopping decks are these decks over here. So each spot that has a shopping space on it has a stack of the discard that you can go through and figure out if you want to buy something, or you can blind draw off the top of the deck. When you're dealing with people, you go to where their stack is here, so Badger for example, and you can again take blind cards off the top of his deck, or you can go through his discard and see which one of those jobs you want to work. And jobs might be illegal or immoral or legal. They might be shipping jobs, they might be crime jobs, they might be all things. These are everybody that you can deal with, all people from the show. There's Niska, there's Patience, Badger, Amnandul, I don't remember him exactly, but whatever. And then Harkin, who is the Shiny, the commander of the cruiser. So anytime you're in a space with this Alliance cruiser, you can deal with Harkin. What you're going to be doing while you're flying around is you're going to be getting cash, you're going to be trying to complete goals, and we'll talk about goals in just a second, by working jobs or becoming solid with different contacts. And you do that by completing their jobs for them. And you're gonna need parts and fuel to get around most of the time, and you're also gonna need a pretty good crew. Now, if you take a look, this is the Serenity, and I swear to God, guys, I did not fix this up. I put Mal on as the captain, and then I happened to find Jane and Zoe in the first stack, and then I rounded up Shepherd Book a little while later. I did not manage to score Jane's Cunning Hat because that's over here on another ship. I also didn't get Simon. He's over here on this ship as well. A lot of the people from the show are actually in the game. All of the main crew is available to be found in one of these shopping decks, and you can hire them onto your vessel. But I mean, here's Bester, for goodness sakes. Remember Bester? Bester was the crummy mechanic who Kaylee took his job, basically, and that's how that goes down. But those are the kinds of things you can get. And you can also buy different pieces of equipment that you can use to help out with whatever roles you're going to be making. Tasks are pretty simple. Let's take a look at a job here. If you take a look at this job, you can see a lot of things about it. It's an illegal job. We're working for Badger because he's got the very fine hat, of course. It tells you where you need to go and what you need to do when you get there. So I just have to misbehave to get paid and then cover my tracks. Misbehaving is this aim to misbehave deck right over here. And each time you flip over a card from the stack, it's going to give you two options. Each one is usually a task that you have to perform based on the number of icons and symbols that you have across your crew. That last one, which happens to be a fighting task, says I need 7 of them. If I have 7, I get to proceed. If not, I'm going to get a warrant. And also, there's a little trick here. If I have a hacking rig in my inventory, I can just skip this altogether. And if I go down here and I take a look, well, I don't. But I do have plenty of gun symbols across all of my characters. I'll probably be able to pass that without too much trouble. I do that twice because this card says misbehave twice, 2 misbehave symbols, and then I get paid. But I still have one more task that I have to complete over here, and usually if I've gotten past 2 misbehaves, I'm probably going to be able to cover my tracks pretty easily. So yeah, an 8+ on that is not going to be too difficult. And then I take $3,000 minus whatever I have to pay the people who were on the mission with me. So, and then I take that card, and that makes me solid with Badger. So I flip it over, and then I can do different things. He gives me a bonus where I can actually clear my warrants, and I can sell contraband and cargo to him if I go to his space. And you do that a bunch of times. You fly around, you collect money, you collect cargo, you collect crew members, but you're also working on whatever your big theme story is. And in this case, I'm working Niska's Holiday, and you've got 3 different goal levels to complete. So the first one, you have to go and misbehave at Aesir and Himanbjorg, and then also pass this very difficult fighting challenge or fighting skill test. Then you have to complete 4 jobs for Niska, and Niska's jobs usually run on the dangerous side of things, and they tend to be both illegal and immoral as well. So that's 4 of those is going to be a tough get in general. And then lastly, I have to be solid with Niska, and then I have to pay $12,000, and you win the game. So hooray, you're one of Niska's lieutenants. The game comes with several different storylines, and there are a bunch that you can download online as well. And that's Firefly the game. I didn't necessarily cover every little thing. I didn't talk about disgruntled tokens or the different things that you can do with cargo or that you might need parts for, or the fact that you need to spend fuel to travel. I didn't want to go into too much detail because we don't really do a lot of how to play type videos. It's just not our thing, but that's okay. I just wanted to give you guys a feel for it. I'm really excited. I get to teach 3 new people how to play this game, and hopefully they like it well enough that I'm gonna go ahead and keep playing it with them. There's also a whole bunch of expansions that I haven't played around with yet, but if everybody likes the game well enough, I'll probably pick up those expansions so that we can enhance our game even more. What did you think? Does this game look like any fun to you? If it does, let me know in the comments down below. If you think it looks a little bit overcomplicated, or if you have any questions about how things work, or if you're playing it and you have questions about how the thing works, believe me, I've played this all the way through like 5 times in the last week. I'm really getting a good handle on it. I've seen a lot of the stuff that can go wrong, and I've seen everything that works really beautifully, and I've figured out a couple of tricks to make things flow really smoothly. Anyway, well, actually that's about all the time I have for now. Share, like, and subscribe, the 3 things I'm always going to ask you to do, and until next time, stay nerdy. Which is already a huge table hog. As I always share, like, and subscribe if you